Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Homestead Miami Speedway. We are here for the final event of the year on the channel, though we are qualifying before the penultimate event of the year because we have the Christmas Eve Showdown coming up tomorrow with the duels and the main event on Tuesday. But we are qualifying for Wednesday's race, the Wawa 250, the final race of the 2024 season here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, qualifying here on a Sunday night. Sunday night NASCAR. Sunday night Truck Series. We're not NASCAR, we're better than that. Sunday night Truck Series. Let's call it that. Of course, 2 days from now, actually 3 days from now, we'll be racing in the finale event here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, and the championship battle between Blaine Keys and Leonard Kochmer. Only 14 points separate the two drivers coming into this event. It's looking pretty good for Blaine Keys, but remember that Blaine Keys had a 13-point lead going into the Southern 500 in the Wawa Cup Series, and we all know how that ended up shaking out for him on that Labor Day weekend. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what he can do. Of course, Leonard Kochmer in Group B. However, one other championship contender, that is Nicholas Sambadia, who is 30 points behind coming into this one. A lot is going to have to happen in order for him to win the championship or on Wednesday night, I should say. Not tomorrow night, not even the next night. Wednesday night. Going to be a while before we get to the race. Qualifying a couple days early for this one. Of course, Christmas Day, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We got ourselves the Wawa 250, the finale race here of the Turkey Hill Truck Series, and what a season. What a year, what a season. I don't believe I have had any more fun in any calendar year doing this than I have here in 2024, and there's no better way to cap it all off with a great race here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series at the Homestead Miami Speedway. We're going to have a blast on Christmas night. Going to have Matt and Stuart in the booth as we did last year. I don't know, will Matt see one of his drivers win the championship, or will it be Echo Evans-Ross and her driver, Leonard Kochmer, taking it away with no wins? Still no wins for Leonard Kochmer coming in to this event. Of course, top three advance on to the Fast Six here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. You got Derek Hamill, Lord Chung, and Emily DeBenedetti, the top three at the moment. There's DeBenedetti currently in the third position, but we do have Blaine Keys out there in the one, who has been excellent this season in qualifying. Won 5 straight poles this season, and those are the only 5 poles he has gotten all season long. 4 wins on the season. Could win number 5 on Wednesday. We'll see if that ends up being the case. Roberto Crown Jr., on the other hand, moved their way into the top 3, and then LJ Cimetto and Emily DeBenedetti overtook them. And you still got Hamill, Cimetto, and DeBenedetti, the top 3 quickest, and they're all running right off each other right here as well. And even though you slow down in the corner quite a bit here at Homestead, that pickup is very important on the truck ahead of you, and these 3 trucks have drafted right off of Giacomo in the 3 machine. Crown's back up to 3rd. Blaine Keys is 8th. That would be a 15th starting position. Oh boy. 15th starting position if it ends up staying that way. I don't think it will end up staying that way, but a little bit on the slower end for Blaine to start this one off. Zachary Fitzwater up to 3rd in the 82 machine. Getting a little goofy with who we've got in this Fast 6 right now here at Homestead. Fitzwater was actually in the Fast 6 in the first race at Daytona back in August. He just got bumped out by, you guessed it, Blaine Keys in the 1. They're in the top 3 in the Fast 6 currently. Nicholas Sambadia is currently 8th quickest. That is 15th starting position, if that ends up being the case for the driver of the number 23. Igor Barreto moves up into the top 3 in the number 13 machine. It is still Derek Hamill the fastest. Roberto Crown Jr. has gone back to 3rd. Won the pole last time out at Talladega. And they currently hold into the 3rd quickest time. Blaine Keys pulled up there on Eric Monaco. And, of course, Blaine would love to get a bonus point towards the championship and cushion that point lead a little bit more going into the race on Wednesday. If he wins the pole, that'll be a 15-point gap between Blaine Keys and Leonard Kochmer going into the finale race. Good run here for Blaine Keys, as it has been all season long. By far the best qualifier of the year. The only driver who has a single-digit average starting position, and it's 4.82. He is averaging starting in the top 5 this season in 18 races. That is very impressive, and that is something to keep in mind once we roll into the Wawa Cup Series here in about a month and a half. Yeah, about a month and a half we'll start the points-paying races there. Watch out for Blaine Keys once we get to qualifying this year in the Wawa Cup Series, because he could definitely be a force to be reckoned with in that regard. Top 3, Derek Hamill, Blaine Keys, Roberto Cram Jr. They're going to go for the pole here in just a moment. Agar Beretta will start 7th. Zachary Fitzwater will start 9th. LJ Semedo will start 11th. Ludovic Schreit will start 13th. Logan Williams will start 15th. Emily DeBenedetti will start 17th. Nicholas Sambadia will start 19th. Bruno Diacomo will start 21st. Laura Chung will start 23rd. Skep Silver will start 25th. Philip Torres will start 27th. Matthew Burnett will start 29th. Justin Zaidel will start 31st. Bryce Egan will start 33rd. Eric Monaco will start 35th in Wednesday's Wawa 250. Let's go ahead and move on to Group B, see who makes it on from there. That is where Leonard Kochmer, the championship rival, the challenger, looking to get into that Fast 6 and contend for the pole along with Blaine Keys. And here we go to qualify in Group B. And this is where Leonard Kochmer is in the number 39, looking to have an opportunity at defeating Blaine Keys in this Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship, though. If Blaine Keys finishes top 10, I think Blaine's going to clinch it if he finishes top 10 on Wednesday night. Will be interesting to see how well Leonard Kochmer ends up performing in the race on Wednesday. This race was, in fact, won by Blaine Keys last year, and I have a good feeling about him having another good race, especially considering he is in the Fast 6. Could very well go for a pole, and if he wins the pole, that could be game over for the field. We'll have to see if that ends up being the case on Wednesday night, but we know that Blaine Keys will start at least in the top 6. And that's perfect. Perfect news for Blaine Keys, looking to get a little revenge from losing that Wawa Cup Series championship back in September. There's Kochmer there in the 39. Getting ready for his lap right there. Jeffrey Finguy in the 58 machine. This is only Finguy's 7th race that he will have participated in this season. But not a bad resume considering that he has only been in 6 races so far. 1 top 5, 2 top 10s in that 58 machine. Better than his teammate of Corey Case, who was running the whole season, so we'll see if Finguy ends up in a ride in the Wawa Cup Series next year. Maybe in a light series ride. We'll have to see if he gets something for 2025. It'll be fascinating to see. Hey, we are, oh my goodness, I just realized this. We're less than 2 weeks away from the Wawa Cup Series signups. January 3rd, like I said, of course, that'll be in the Discord only. With January 3rd, we got ourselves the Wawa Cup Series signups. That at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We got those 6 slots remaining. It could be 5 if Kochmer wins the title on Wednesday. Leonard Kochmer would receive an automatic berth into the Wawa Cup Series if he wins the Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship. But if Blaine Keys wins it, well, Blaine's already in it, and nobody gets that automatic berth, though we really hope to see Kochmer in a full-time chartered ride for the 2025 season over there in the Wawa Cup Series. Jeffrey Finguy with the fastest time now. Rogel Dorn, this is definitely a driver. If Blaine Keys does not have the dominant truck. This is the guy who we expect to have a great race on Wednesday night. Rogaldorn won Las Vegas and won Chicagoland as well, and dominated both of those races, especially Chicagoland when he won the pole. This racetrack actually plays out similarly to Chicagoland, not all the way. It is shaped differently, a little bit different. The inside lane has a lot more grip here than it does at Chicagoland, but a very similar racetrack in terms of the general grip. And Rogaldorn could have a very good opportunity at getting his third win of the season there for Trackhouse Racing. And on top of that, he does have a mathematical... No, he actually doesn't. The highest he can be is fourth in points, and that is where he legally sits right now anyway, with that tiebreaker on the Igor Bretto on the win count. Nathan Stapleton in the 61. 2 wins on the year. Got it at Dover and Pocono back-to-back. He is top 10 in points now. Remember how his season started out. It was not good at all. This team was last in the owner's standings in the first half of the season. Nathan Stapleton turned it around there for Triad Racing and does have a mathematical opportunity at being 9th in the championship standings at the end of the season, which is a huge, huge feat considering where he was. We'll see if he can, in fact, pull it off there in the 61 machine. You got Andrew Williams in the number 11, another driver trying to sneak his way top 10 in points by the end of the season. Has an opportunity at doing so, though it's going to be a little harder for him than it will be for Stapleton. Williams comes into this race 14th in the championship standings. And remember, too, Williams did win 2 races last year, did not get a win this season. He got 2 top 5s there. Not as strong of a year as he would have hoped. But still going to have an opportunity at going for the pole here in the final race of the year. Like I said, of course, we have the Christmas Eve showdown coming up this, well, not weekend, but it's just a one big long weekend, you know? I mean, Christmas being on Wednesday, you know, like, everybody's off, like, the whole week. I'm not. I'm working on Christmas Day. You know, fun fact to you folks out there, I have worked on Christmas Day every year since 2017, including the COVID year, 2020. This coming Wednesday is going to be my 8th straight Christmas Day that I have worked. That's why you never see me in the chat for the finale race of the Turkey Hill Truck Series, because I'm always at work. But, you know, I get good holiday pay for that, so you know, we're vibing over here. It's still Nathan Stapleton, Rogaldorn, and Andrew Williams, the top 3, with Brian Webb, 25 of Aaron Abel, and Caleb Rose there. Next in line, Leonard Kochmer is nowhere, and I mean nowhere to be found, back there in the 17th position. That is not going to work for Leonard in Wednesday's race. 34th starting position for Leonard Kochmer. It's looking better and better for Blaine Keys as we move into Christmas Day in this finale race. Let's just put it that way. A lot can happen in 42 laps, but Leonard Kochmer is really going to have to work for it, and that is such a... Oh, that is horrendous. That is just absolutely horrendous. Both the OSC trucks qualified ahead of him. That is bad. That is not what you want going into the finale like that with an opportunity at the championship. I would argue that San Mateo has a better shot now at getting the Blaine Keys, though I don't think it's going to happen the way it is looking right here. Nathan Stapleton, Rogaldorn, Andrew Williams, they move on to the Fast 6. Brian Webb will start 8th. Aaron Abel will start 10th. Caleb Rose will start 12th. Matthew Hubert will start 14th. Thomas Troxel will start 16th. Duncan Ward will start 18th. Jack Haas will start 20th. Jeffrey Finguy will start 22nd. Joe Rutkowski will start 24th. Jesse Turner will start 26th. Andrew Miller will start 28th. Avery Alford will start 30th. Corey Case will start 32nd. Leonard Kochmer will start 34th. And Christian Vargas will start in the 36th starting position for Wednesday night's Wawa 250 here from the Homestead Miami Speedway. Let's get on to the Fast 6. Andrew Williams going to lead us off with the final Fast 6 of the year here from the Homestead Miami Speedway. And here we go. Final Fast 6 of the year. I have loved doing these qualifying sessions. Very happy with the product that we put out here for qualifying. I think it's a perfect blend of the group session and the single car runs, which I know you all love to see. It's so much fun to watch the single car runs in this game. It does take some time, but that's why only 6 of them do it. Makes it a lot easier on my end to be able to handle it, and we still get ourselves a very good battle for the pole each and every week. We're looking forward to hosting this in the Wawa Cup Series next season. That's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And Andrew Williams is going to lead us off here at the Homestead Miami Speedway for the final Fast 6 shootout of the 2024 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. Been a solid year for Andrew Williams, not as good as it was last year for him in the Truck Series. I know he is hoping, because he has the first... No, I'm sorry. Aaron Abel has the first pick. My bad. He has the second pick in the draft in the Wawa Cup Series. So we'll see who he ends up with on his team once we get to that in a couple of weeks. 30.496 for Andrew Williams in his first lap here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Roberto Crown Jr. in the 01 machine. They've had an interesting season. They've had an interesting career. This is a driver. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for their first win. You know, LJ Semedo got his first career and so far only career win in the Daytona 500 earlier this year. Watch out for Roberto Crown Jr. in the Daytona 500 this year. That's all I'm going to say. That could definitely be a perfect race for them to win for their first ever win. Hey, this race would be a good one. Why not? Why not end the season off? That's what Matt Tugg did yesterday in Nazareth. Roberto Crown Jr. could definitely pull something off here. We'll have to see how fast he is going. I'm not even paying attention to the miles per hour, and I apologize. So I don't know how it's going to be. You guys are paying attention. You guys can tell. Coming across the line for Roberto Crown Jr. right there. It is going to be 175 across the line, 603. That is going to be below Andrew Williams. So Williams still with the fastest time so far here in Homestead qualifying. Rogaldorn, two-time winner this season there for Trackhouse Racing. They have had a very good year. Much better than their season last year. Highest they can go is 4th in the standings, but that is still an impressive feat. It's actually the highest Rogel has ever been in any ratings championship. So we'll have to see what he ends up doing in the Wawa Cup Series next season for Hamill Racing Enterprises. We'll have to see what he does in qualifying right here. Of course, won the pole at Chicagoland and has an opportunity at getting it done here tonight at Homestead. Looking to start on pole for Wednesday night's race in the Wawa 250. Shifted there and 166 across the line for Rogaldorn. First turns 1 and 2 a little bit slower here off the get-go. But the speed comes down the backstretch here. I think the winds are definitely pushing these trucks down that backstretch as well. 187 is a maximum. A little wide in the corner at a 167 there for Rogaldorn. And we'll see what he does across the line. Rogaldorn's going 30.491. That's 5 1,000ths faster than Andrew Williams right there. And it takes him to the top of the board here in Wawa 250 qualifying. And here he is. Odds-on favorite for the Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship on Wednesday night. Coming into this race, a 14-point lead on Leonard Kochmer. Leonard Kochmer going to be starting 34th in the race, so all Blaine has to do is keep it top 10 and not wreck the thing, and he's got himself a Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship. And he may even win the pole and extend that lead to 15 points. We'll have to see what he can do. He is the defending race winner of the Wawa 250. And he has been the driver to beat all season long here in the 2024 Turkey Hill Truck Series. Going to minimize at 170 there. He didn't even hit 160 in the corner right there. Very good speed through that corner for Blaine Keys. Down the backstretch, is he going to hit 190? Hit 188. This is looking fast for Blaine Keys and Team Velocitar. They're also looking for the owner's title as well as a team. That could be very interesting as well. 4:30, that is the new pole time. Blaine Keys at the top of the board with 2 drivers left. Nathan Stapleton and Derek Hamill. Blaine Keys looking to get his 6th pole of the season. Here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, he's got a great shot at doing so. Here we go for Nathan Stapleton in the 61. Very good year for Stapleton here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series and for this team. Especially considering where they started, they rebounded very nicely. Have a good opportunity getting their 3rd win of the season here. And Stapleton definitely a driver who can pull it off, though. I will say it's going to be hard to beat Blaine Keys and Rogel Dorn if they lock the front row for Wednesday's race here. Looking to beat a 30.430. That was set by Blaine Keys just a moment ago. Nathan Stapleton looking to get his 1st pole of the season, if he can pull it off here. His teammate Logan Williams won a couple of poles early on in the season. And Stapleton going to be a little bit slower there in turns 1 and 2, but he's a little bit lower, I think, than what Blaine Keys ran. This is going to be a tight one. Stapleton trying to get all the speed he can get there going down the backstretch. Didn't quite hit 188. Going to hit 167 as a minimum there in turns 3 and 4, and I think that's going to just be a notch below what Blaine Keys set. Across the line, 30.495. Wow! Right in between Rogel Dorn and Andrew Williams. That's good enough for 3rd by 1/1000th of a second. And here it is, last qualifying run of 2024. It's Derek Hamill and Grattan Autosport. And ironically enough, of the 4 Grattan-affiliated teams we have had here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series this season, Grattan Autosport may end up being the worst of those 4 in the owners' standings. And as much as I hate to say it, a lot of that could be attributed to Derek Hamill and his very poor season, but looking to rebound. Here in the 51, though, he does not... he's got a little bit of speed there going into turn number 1, but he is not going to hold it. 169, and he's going to hold 169, 168. Blaine Keys went 170 the whole way through there. He never went below 170 in turns 1 and 2. And I think it's safe to say that Blaine Keys has won his 6th pole of the season. He will now have a 15-point lead going into the finale race on Wednesday night. Blaine Keys has won the pole for the Wawa 250, looking to win the Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship. Let's show you the starting lineup and debrief here, going into the finale race here for the Turkey Hill Truck Series. And that does it from the Homestead Miami Speedway. This is how they will line up for the final race of the season. And Blaine Keys will start alongside Rogel Dorn on the front row. And Blaine Keys will now have a 15-point lead going into the finale race. Nathan Stapleton and Andrew Williams make up row number 2. Derek Hamill and Roberto Crown Jr. make up row number 3. You got Igor Barreto and Brian Webb in row 4. Zachary Fitzwater and Aaron Abel in row 5. LJ Semedo and Caleb Rose in row 6. Ladovic Charette and Matthew Hubert in row 7. Logan Williams and Thomas Troxel in row 8. Emelina Benedetti and Duncan Ward in row 9. Nicholas Sambadio and Jack Haas in row 10. Bruno Diacomo and Jeffrey Finguy in row 11. Laura Jung and Joe Rutkowski in row 12. Skep Silver, Jesse Turner, row 13. At Philip Torres, Andrew Miller, row 14. Matthew Burnett, Avery Alfred in row 15. Justin Zidell and Corey Case in row 16. Bryce Egan, Leonard Kochmer in row 17. Eric Monaco, Christian Vargas round out the 36 truck field for Wednesday night's Wawa 250 here from the Homestead Miami Speedway. Christmas night, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on AG, the channel. The last race of 2024 on the channel. It's going to be a good one, and we are excited to see who is going to win the finale race. And odds are it's probably going to be Blaine, but I don't know. You just never know. You just never know. We'll just have to see if Blaine wins that title. We'll have to see if that ends up happening. Leonard Kochmer starting all the way back in 34th. That is going to be a major challenge for him. Sam Medeo still has a shot as well. If something happens to Blaine, if he blows an engine, wrecks out, we could see ourselves one of those two guys get it. But even if that does happen, there's still an opportunity that Blaine Keys could win the title. Regardless, we'll have to see if that ends up being the case. Thank you guys so much for watching qualifying all season. Like I said, we're going to be doing qualifying for the Wawa Cup Series going in the 2025 Going to be a lot of fun doing that, and the first qualifying session that you will see will be for the Napa 400 at the Auto Club Speedway. That'll be in early February. Of course, Meliolo Smooth Fest is going to be January 31st, and the Wawa Cup Series driver signups are going to be January 3rd in the Discord, so watch out for that. We're going to have a lot of fun in less than 2 weeks from now with the Wawa Cup Series signups. Can't you believe it? It's just around the corner here. All right. Thank you so much for watching once again. Congratulations to Blaine Keys, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday night for the finale race of the 2024 Turkey Hill Truck Series. I will see you guys later.